What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? This is going to be your review for Love and Listings, Season 2, Episode 4. So, we start this episode off at where we left off the last episode with Taylor coming in for the dinner in a nasty-ass mood, talking about, the company is horrible, the food is good, everybody's a bunch of fake-ass bitches. Y'all act like y'all didn't see that woman push me on the table. Y'all act like everything is so lovey-dovey, and y'all owe me apologies. Well, somebody brought something to my attention, Miss Taylor, in my inbox last week. They did try to contact you, and maybe they were calling to apologize, but you wouldn't take any of their phone calls, and you blocked them. So, at a certain point, how long am I supposed to kiss your ass? Like, if they called you, texted you, tried to look out for you, tried to catch up with you, and follow up with you, and you did not respond, you did not allow them, and then you blocked them from your phone, what did you really expect in that moment? And then you come in there with an attitude, and when they were trying to explain to you what happened, and like Eric said, he said, but I remember, you getting loud. She was like, well, that was only after they were ganging up on me and bullying me. Oh, you mean after you were talking about Ajane and telling everybody that you didn't believe Ajane and you believe that you believe Andrew now, and maybe Ajane lied about the whole thing? You mean that part? When Ajane finally did defend herself? That part? Then she was like, well, it doesn't matter. There weren't clients there. And they were like, yes, there were. There were clients there. And she was like, well, whatever. And, what's the face was telling her, he was like, and that's the part. Like, you're doing it to yourself. You're burning your own bridges. You're creating a problem for yourself because we're trying to help you. We're trying to give you basically the words of wisdom, and you're not hearing it. You're not receiving any of it. And she basically cussed everybody out and then was like, I'm going home and I'm out. And so she left. Like, she literally was there 20 minutes and then she left, child. So anyway, I'm over Taylor. I'm done with Taylor. Later on in the episode, we see her talking to her mom. And remember last season, we saw that they were her mom, and her mom was, recovering addict. And she said most of her life her mom was, was addicted. And so they have a whole situation, but they seem to be getting along better. And she invited her mom over for dinner. And once she said this to her mother, that she never feels like she's wrong, that she always feels like she's in the right and justified in her actions, that's when I was like, okay, well, until she grows the fuck up. Because until you grow up, and I don't know how much of this is for the show and how much of this is really how you are, but until you grow the hell up, you're going to always have problems, okay? So then when she left, Eric was like, listen, we're going to go over to the pool house. Now, the pool house is bigger than my regular house, okay? That's what kind of estate they own. The pool house looked like it was a 3-4 bedroom house. But they were like, we're going to change the energy. We're going to move to a different location and we're going to party there. So they all move over there. And by this time, Baby Suge gets there. And all he want to do is party. He just want to forget that he got a newborn and a girlfriend he don't really want. And he just wants to party and enjoy his weekend. Okay? He is there to get lit. All right? That is his only goal for this weekend, is to take a break from changing diapers and just get lit. Okay? He made his little safari deal and he is on it. Then they talk about the fact that, let's invite Andrew down to try to clear the air. Let's finally, because, what's his name? The former football player, he was like, him and Andrew really haven't been talking since that whole thing went down, because he knew Andrew was lying. Like, he knew Andrew ass was lying about the whole thing. And he was like, I feel some kind of way about it. Like, I feel some kind of way about how that whole situation went down. And yeah, me and him need to clear the air because we just ain't been right ever since. He was like, but, we do make money together. So, let's figure it out. They asked everybody how they felt about it and if everybody was cool with it. I understand Ajani not wanting to be odd man out. But since you told your husband, not your husband. Since you told your boyfriend he wasn't going to be there and you knew it was an issue for your boyfriend, in that moment, you should have at least addressed it. You should have at least, in my mind, you should have at least said, listen, I'm not comfortable with him coming. And if he's going to be here, then I'm going to excuse myself from, I'm not even saying you had to necessarily leave, but I would not be around him. That's my 2 cents. Because it's really, like you kept telling Taylor, there's nothing to discuss. You said what you say. I know what really happened. Boom. It is what it is. I understand it's a small world. I understand, all about, networking and all of that. But at a certain point, but neither here nor there, honey. They told Andrew he could come. So then we saw Andrew with his wife because they got married. She didn't believe anything about Ajane. She believed Andrew that nothing ever happened between him and Ajane, and she was cool with it. And then he told her about going down to Palm Springs. And it was so funny because she was like, so when did they invite you? He was like, today. She was like, a little bit of notice, maybe. And the conversation let him know they both understood that he was an afterthought. Like, it wasn't like he was invited. He wasn't on the original invitation list. But he also said, basically, my business hasn't been going too well. So to go back to what Taylor said about how, Ajane was affected, but Andrew wasn't. To hear Andrew tell the story, his business hasn't been going well either. And that he needed to make amends and he needed to, clear the air with these guys because his money is funny. You know what I'm saying? And he was making big deals and making good money with these guys that he ain't doing anymore. So it sounds to me like everybody kind of got burnt in that situation. But his wife gives him permission to go, honey. So he gonna go on down there, and basically he's doing it. At least what he says, basically he's doing it for the business. Now, Sam and Football Boy, they end up getting in the jacuzzi, honey, and then they end up kissing and stuff, honey, and then they end up in the shower together, honey, and then they end up in the bedroom together, honey. And then he end up making the walk of shame back to the other house where the guys are staying the next morning, child. Now, in the interim, we had Jacob acting like a 5-year-old, jumping around, telling them, go ahead, kids. Ooh, oh, I like to see it. Ooh, young love. Ooh, I'm happy to see y'all. Ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah. And of course, they were like, boy, if y'all don't leave us alone. But it seems like they're going to try to make a go of it. Samantha said, listen, 4 years ago, I was in a different place. I wasn't really ready, for the whole relationship thing. I think I'm ready now. So it seems like they're going to try to make a go of it. And for that, you know what? I'm happy for them, child. Then we have, the guys, they played some tennis and all that good stuff. They enjoying the house. They're doing their thing, enjoying the house. Andrew gets there. Ajane has damn near a full-on breakdown when they get the text that he's at the other house. And basically, she was like, listen, I told my man he wasn't going to be here. He is here now. I ain't tell him he was coming. There's already a trust factor because when me and him first started hooking up, maybe I didn't end ties with other guys I was dating fast as I should have, and there was some issues in the beginning. So what it sounds like is that she was doing what a lot of people do. You meet somebody, you don't know where it's going, you don't know how serious it's going to get, so you keep your other people, in the background. You keep the people you've been messing with, you keep them around, because you don't know what's going on with this other situation, child. And it sounds like what ended up happening was she got serious with old dude, but the other guys was hanging around. So she really doesn't want it to be a situation where Andrew's showing up and she didn't tell him. I didn't get the impression that it was over Andrew. I really did. I got the impression that she was just afraid that when her boyfriend found out Andrew was there, what the repercussions probably could be. I never got the impression that it was about, oh, I miss Andrew so much and I love him so much. Like, I never got that impression. But okay. Andrew shows up with a damn tool belt on, looking like a fool, talking about I brought all the tools to fix our relationship. Whatever you need for us to fix what's wrong and for us to fix the situation, I have it right here on my tool belt. And, football player was just like, boy. Like, that's, like, we making jokes now? Like, this is serious. Like, we're not here to joke. Like, this is a serious situation. We really got some shit we gotta iron out. But he did bring tequila, so liquor always makes things better, child. So, and that was pretty much the episode. And of course, it ended with, Ajane and the girls coming into the room. And of course, it was a whole dun-dun-dun moment. So we'll see where we pick up Monday, child. We'll see where we end up. Anyway, talk to y'all later. Peace.